Donald Trump's worst nightmare came true once again today because during the middle of his rally that he was having in Michigan, his supporters were leaving early. They were getting up and walking out in the middle of his speech, and he's watching these people leave as he's still doing his thing. And this bothered him so much today that he actually started yelling at these people and addressed them during his speech. So I have a bunch of clips to play for you. We'll talk about it a little bit, but let's just get right into it. So first and foremost, I want to play the clip of these people leaving for you, just so you get an idea of how many people were leaving, departing in the middle of Donald Trump's speech. Just take a look. Wow. There were so many people trying to leave at once that you can see the police and the guards at this venue cut them off. They said, no, hold on. You got to wait before these people depart because so many people were leaving at the same time. And as you can see, these are guys with Trump hats on. They have Trump merchandise and they're leaving early. These folks who are diehard Trump fans are even sick of his lies, his conspiracy theory filled rants, all of the nonsense that comes out of his mouth during these rallies. And look, we know that this bothers Donald Trump. Remember, during the presidential debate, Kamala Harris brought this up, the fact that people leave early. And not only was she right, but it also completely triggered Donald Trump. He got really red in the face, started sweating, started screaming into the microphone and accusing Kamala Harris of having empty rallies. I don't know. But this clip further proves what we already know, that people leave Donald Trump's rallies early. And just like he was angry at the debate, he was also angry today with these people who were leaving early. As I mentioned, he actually addressed these people and started talking about how it's fake and it's not true and that nobody leaves his rallies. Just take a look at this clip. It is remarkable how insecure this man is. Have a look.
I want to explain something. The people that you see leaving, because nobody ever leaves. And when they do, I finish up quick, believe me. But I couldn't take pictures at the beginning. So I take them at the end sometimes. If I'm late, the plane gets late, you get delayed, lots of things happen. There's a little hurricane going on in Florida, as you know. And so what they do is they say, oh, please come up now at the end of my speech. I said, don't do that, because it looks like they're leaving, like your husband who owns this place.
What? What is this guy talking about? So, I mean, it's the same old Trump playbook of, yo, no, these people aren't leaving. This doesn't happen. Trust me. Believe me. Nobody leaves my rallies. Nobody leaves my rallies. It's all fraud. It looks like these people are leaving, but they're not actually leaving when we just saw a clip of people leaving early. He's just trying to brush it off and say that it's fake, as he always does with literally everything. But we have eyeballs. We can see what happens. And then he's trying to blame it on photos, and then he takes the photos at the end of the rally, not the beginning. Give me a break. This is a man who is incredibly insecure. He's incredibly insecure. We know that about Donald Trump. He's a very small man on the inside, to where, you know, if something bad happens to him and it kind of damages his fragile ego, he flips, as he's doing right now. He says, oh, it's fake, it's not true, it's all a figment of your imagination, these videos are fake and things like that. We see it with our own eyes. And whether Donald Trump wants to admit it or not, it is the truth. Kamala Harris was right. People leave his rallies early. It's not because of photos and it's not fake. It's not any of that nonsense. People are just sick of Donald Trump. Even his own supporters get tired of listening to him. They go there after like 30 minutes of an hour and 30-minute speech from Donald Trump. They're like, okay, time to get out of here. And as I said at the beginning, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Donald Trump does, apparently. He goes after these folks. And this is also something that happened earlier in the week with a different rally that Donald Trump was speaking at. Like, just take a look at this clip as well of people leaving early in an entirely different state, in an entirely different venue. Just have a look at this. Remarkable.
This lunatic and her, she's so much worse. She wants to take away your guns and your rifles in violation of the Second Amendment. And she's a communist, and everybody knows it, and our country is not ready for a communist president and won't be for a long, long, long time. That's why less than 2 months from now, we are going to tell her that we've had enough. Our country can't take it anymore. Kamala, you've been a terrible vice Vice President. You'll be the worst president in the
that.
history of our country.
Look at all those people leaving in the middle of his rally. This happens so often to Donald Trump. This is not like an irregular occurrence, like, oh, maybe at one venue people leave early because of X, Y, and Z. No, this happens all around the country at different venues like this. And you can even see that the seats are kind of thinning out. And he's still speaking in the background. Again, we can still hear him speaking. And here's another angle of that very same venue. And without even playing the video of people leaving as well, you can see that the seats are very empty at the back of this venue. Just take a look at this.
But you don't have the television guys are all woke, but the real military, you could put them in a room for 2 years and scream woke at them. And when they
Yeah, people are leaving. This is Donald Trump's worst nightmare. Look, Donald Trump doesn't actually care about the politics. He doesn't care about policy. He doesn't care about making anybody's life better. Donald Trump cares about the optics, the views, the follows that he gets on social media, the likes, the engagement, and of course, people showing up to his rallies and having a big rally. That's all he cares about. He cares about making himself feel good. So when something like this happens, when people are kind of leaving early, people that he expects to stay the entire time, and the venue's kind of thinning out, and people are pointing that out, he flips. And he says, nope, no, not true. I had a huge rally. I had the biggest rally ever. You wouldn't believe it. I had such a big rally. Does that kind of spiel. But we all can see with our own eyes what's happening. The fact that people are leaving Donald Trump's rallies early. And this is truly, for Donald Trump, for any regular person out there, this would not be the worst possible thing for them. For Donald Trump, this is the worst possible thing for him. He hates stuff like this. Now, meanwhile, Kamala Harris is having these packed rallies all around the country. And people stay for her rallies. They actually want to see her speak because when you listen to Kamala Harris speak, there's substance there. There's things that you can actually get behind and be like, yeah, you know what? That sounds pretty good. That sounds great. Protecting women's reproductive rights? Hell yeah, I'm in. Fighting climate change and lowering healthcare costs? Sign me up. But when you hear Donald Trump speak, even for his most ardent supporters, when he's talking about Hannibal Lecter, when he's talking about boats sinking and batteries and whether he'd want to jump in the water with a shark, you get sick of it. You get sick of it. It's not entertaining. It's not funny. It's not informative. It's none of that. It's boring. It's tiring. It's garbage. That's what you get when you go to a Donald Trump speech. And the contrast there, the split screen between these two candidates and their rallies couldn't be more clear. Now, this doesn't translate into votes, of course. You got to get out there and vote and make sure you're registered and check your registration. Some states will purge you off their voter rolls, so please do all of those things. Register, check your registration, all the good stuff. But it is very funny to laugh at Donald Trump. I always love when we laugh at Donald Trump collectively because he hates it. He despises it. There's nothing more that Donald Trump hates than being laughed at. And we are all collectively pointing our finger at Donald Trump and making fun of him. So anyway, I just wanted to show you these clips of people leaving Donald Trump's rally early, especially today. And it angered him so much that he actually started calling out these people as they were leaving early. But I will leave the video there. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes an incredibly long way, really helps the channel. Also drop a like on the video and comment. Let me know what you think about all of this. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.